Good Sunday morning, everybody. Man, you know it's rough out on the water when the birds, the seagulls are all taking refuge up here on the beach. See them all? They hear me coming. They don't like the morning briefing, but I know all of you do, and I appreciate you being here. It's a foggy morning, but there is so much to talk about. If I don't get knocked down by a big wave today, we're going to talk about some exceptional yellowfin tuna fishing that is going on for the long range boats. The Independence is having an absolutely phenomenal day. Let me make my way up here. Whoa, here we are, man. Whoa, look at this beach. The erosion, you can see it. But anyway, great yellowfin tuna fishing. We'll get into that. We had a spectacular trip yesterday on board the Island Spirit. Just another great trip. Limits of rock cod. We had a show on the orcas. We demonstrated a new knife and how we think it would work on tuna. And of course, we go into the wheelhouse with Daniel Hottaway. You'll see that video later on today. I'll have that all edited up and ready to go. And so much more. Look at these birds, man. They're like, it's too rough out there. We're gonna jump on the beach here and take it easy until that crazy guy from the morning briefing gets close to us and scares us away, and we have to fly out and find refuge somewhere else. All right, I'm gonna set up. Woo! Let me tell you, it's crazy here this morning. Big surf, birds everywhere, and a lot of great fishing that I'm gonna talk to you about next as I set up for the morning briefing. Good morning, my friends. Hey, good morning, my dear friends, and welcome to beautiful Surfside, California, where I'm going to have to pay attention here this morning. There is some really big surf, as you've already seen here this morning, and as I walk along, it feels almost like quicksand. I mean, it's really, really crazy here this morning. Boy, so much to talk about. What a trip on the Independence and several other boats as they got into the yellowfin tuna. Remember, they started out with a really slow day, and then all of a sudden, that turned around. We've got some other exceptional fishing going on south of the border right now, and of course, we had magnificent fishing on board the Island Spirit, and we got an orca show yesterday that was just mind-boggling. It was so awesome to be a part of that. Dolphin shows, wide open rockfish, excellent fishing up and down the coast as our season is coming to an end and we're pointed toward 2025. You know what time it is. It's time for the morning briefing. Good morning, my friends. Oh my God, is that good? And what a crazy morning we got going here for you. It's great to be with you all. If you don't mind, hit that like button. We deeply appreciate it when you do that. Share these reports with a friend. That means the world to us. And remember, subscribe to the Friedman Adventures YouTube channel. Tick that little bell. You'll be notified when there is new content. Man, it is a crazy morning here. It's foggy, it's cold, it's windy, and there is some really big surf pounding in here this morning. It's the exact opposite of what we experienced on the Island Spirit yesterday. I'll get into that in a moment, but sunny, warm, beautiful seas. What a great group of people. Thank you all for coming out. And again, that video should drop around 12 noon today. I'll have that all edited up and ready to go for you in a little bit. All right, let's start with the long range scene because, wow, it is spectacular right now. Yesterday on the Independence, our dear friend Ernie Montaño, Jim Valenzuela, several other great anglers were on board. And their first day, they encountered rough weather and really poor fishing. It was not coming together at all. They're about 300 miles south of Point Loma, San Diego, in Baja waters. Boy, did that change around. They got into some gorgeous weather and full speed, wide open yellowfin tuna. Great fishing on it looks like 20 to 40 pound yellowfin tuna. They have one bluefin tuna on there also, but mostly yellowfin tuna in tremendous fishing, and it doesn't get any better. Ernie said, Phil, the crew on the Independence, they are fantastic. And of course, Ernie doesn't really have to tell me that because I have 2 trips coming up with those boys next year. We have a 5-day trip in April and an 8-day trip in November again. And man, they are the best on that rig. Great fishing. You don't want to fish anything less than 40 pound. And this is really great news because they're on a 5-day trip. So we're still catching YFT within 5-day range of San Diego. What a tremendous day's fishing. They're already into that fish again here today. They're going to give it a pretty good shot here again this beautiful Sunday, and then they're going to kick it for home and back to San Diego. They've got about a 30-hour run ahead of them, but man, was it worth it, and was it great fishing. Wow, tremendous on the Independence. Other boats like the Polaris Supreme, the Royal Polaris, you name it. The guys that fish that zone were all over the YFT. A little bit of bluefin tuna in there, but mostly yellowfin tuna. And absolutely tremendous fishing. It can't get much better as I keep my eye on my back and make sure that I'm not going to get washed out to sea. By the way, be very, very careful. This high surf is back with us. You don't want to be fishing on piers and jetties, and even when you're walking along the beach like this, you've got to be extra careful. So keep that in mind. So great long range fishing. Other guys on 16-day trips or better are making their way down the beach, and they continue to head on down where they're going to fish the lower banks and try to get something accomplished down there on bigger yellowfin tuna, as well as maybe some wahoo and other species. And of course, we'll be watching that for you very, very closely as we go along. Now, let's talk Baja. Down in Cabo, we continue to see the boats that are fishing out of there, Pisces Fleet and other operations. Few striped marlin down there, occasional wahoo, a little bit of dorado, some pretty good yellowfin tuna fishing, not bad at all down there. Still in southern Baja California, Mulegé and areas like Loreto experiencing some really good yellowtail fishing. 140 miles below our border here, the Mexican-American border at San Isidro, California. You go down 140 miles and you find the agricultural town, kind of agricultural, tourist fishing, San Quintin. And down there out of San Quintin, they're catching some yellows there, some yellowtail that is, and also they get the occasional shot of a halibut or two, but it's predominantly rockfish, and it's been very, very good. And same thing for our friends down there in Ensenada, Baja California. They've had some exceptional fishing going on in terms of the rockfish down there, lings and vermilions and so much more. So nothing wrong with what's going on down there out of beautiful Baja California right now on this foggy morning, cold morning in Southern California. As we take a look also now at our islands in Southern California, we've been catching mostly rockfish at the Coronado Island, San Clemente Island, Catalina Island, the El Patrón with a fabulous day yesterday. A huge ling, 29-pound ling, great fishing for the El Patrón. And they're going to keep this rocking and rolling right through January. Rock fishing will be closed, but they'll be able to focus on halibut, calico bass, and other species to go along with that. So the El Patrón out of Long Beach 450 with a spectacular day's fishing yesterday. We've been telling you how great they do. It's a great boat, great crew, and man, some really good fishing at Catalina Island. www.longbeachsportfishing.org. Special prices in January, no fuel surcharge, limited load. Get on the El Patrón. That's going to be a lot of fun and a spectacular day for them yesterday. Our friend Isaac Parcell and his son Ethan, 2 great Friedman Adventure family members, were out at Dana Wharf sport fishing yesterday. Wow, chilly water here, man. And they caught several smaller rockfish, but said they had a great time. And you know, when father and son get together to go fishing, I don't know how you can beat it, man. That is just a magical moment for sure. Now, focusing on what is going on up in the Channel Islands, it's been mostly a rockfish bite. Some of the guys are making squid, and on the Endeavor today, they're picking at some nice sheephead. I've already talked to Captain Daniel Hadaway He was telling me that Tucker McCombs is running the Endeavor, catching some sheephead, and hopefully we'll see a couple of sea bass and or halibut, but for sure you think they're going to do well on the rockfish, as we did on the Island Spirit yesterday. We had a lot of people. I mean, you mentioned a trip on the Friedman Adventures podcast and all our social media, and man, do they show up. 50 people yesterday, completely sold out. And that's after we had to cancel our Friday trip and remove the trip to Saturday, and it just booked up really fast. Second trip in about a week up there where we have been completely full. And that's a daunting task to not only the anglers, but also to the captain and crew. It's a lot of people. When you're rock cod fishing, you get a lot of tangles. And we had our share of tangles, but we had such a great crew. Daniel Hadaway and the guys on board, Saul, and everybody, Joey's, there was a lot of Joes on there, Bert in the galley. We also had Aaron down on deck. It was fantastic. 500 rockfish for limits on the bottom grabbers. It was a great, great day. Not only a great crew, but the people who showed up were absolutely fantastic and wonderful. Really great people. And it was that spirit of cooperation and helping one another that made it such a lovely day on the water. And our day really got started early because we had an incredible show on orcas. That's right, we saw some orcas out there. That is always something that you'll never forget. In fact, Captain Daniel Hadaway says it's only the second time he's seen orcas in the wild like that. So, man, that was a spectacular scene that we were all privy to on board the Island Spirit. And then also we had a huge pot of dolphin that played around the bow for, it seemed like a half hour, maybe longer. There was just so many, and then some really great fishing to go along with it. It was really a spectacular day, and I can't thank you all for showing up for that trip. Thank you so very much. Once again, that video will drop a little bit later today. Hopefully I'll have that up about 12 noonish for you all. What a day. Limits of cod, great people, Ventura Sport Fishing. It doesn't get any better. They're going to run another trip. They're out today on their Kids Fish Free trip, but they're going to run a trip on Monday, maybe even Tuesday, but for sure Monday. And the plan is right now with the weather forecast to go back to Hidden Reef. I'm so tempted to go back up there and jump on that trip. I don't know that my schedule will allow it, but I am super tempted to go give that a try. No question about it. 805-676-3474 or go to VenturaSportFishing.com and get on the Island Spirit and have a great time as rockfish season is about to come to an end. Oh man, it's nasty back there, isn't it? Rockfish season is coming to an end, and so get out while you get a chance and go up there and have some fun. 1/2 and 3/4 day boats are along our Southern California beaches. They pick at some bass up there out of Marina del Rey. There's been some pretty darn good bass fishing here recently, calico and sand bass, especially on the twilight trips. But mostly we're talking sheephead, whitefish, rockfish, that kind of a thing for the most part going on right now. So take advantage of that while you've got some decent fishing going on, and while rockfish season is still open, boats like the Monte Carlo, the Native Sun is going to start running some twilight trips, and then they're going to have their halibut derby coming up out of 22nd Street Landing, and several other landings doing much of the same. It's been really fun fishing, no doubt about it. So once again, if you get a chance to get out, do it. Surf fishing, pretty treacherous here. Let me turn around and look at this for a second with you all. I don't know about this. It's a little bit too big, and it can be very dangerous, especially you don't want to be anywhere near jetties or any kind of structures like that. But even fishing the surf with kids is dangerous here in this high surf. Better wait for some better days ahead. Once this all calms down, you want to go to Big Fish Bait and Tackle in the beautiful city of Seal Beach, California. We catch surffish all year long here in Southern California. In the wintertime, you're going to want to go to bait in most cases, like ghost shrimp or some worms or something. And Big Fish Bait and Tackle has all the bait and all the tackle you'll need. They are Southern California surf fishing headquarters. But don't let that fool you. They've got all the tackle you'll need for trout, freshwater bass, right on up to big game marlin and bluefin tuna, tackle, the terminal tackle, rods, reels, everything you'll need down there at Big Fish Bait and Tackle. Mostly because this water is kind of cool right now, we are catching barred perch in the surf. They prefer the cooler water, but every once in a while you'll see a yellowfin, croaker, and even a halibut or two coming out on a lucky crab lure or something like that. Woo! Man, here comes the tide and here comes the waves up on us here in Southern California. It's quite a rough day down here on the beach, and man, you know, they had the sand replenishment here in Surfside, California earlier in the year and last year, and man, a lot of this soil or this sand is eroding. The erosion, you can just see it occurring here right before my very eyes, no doubt about that. All right, my friends, look for that great update coming up here a little bit later today, or I should say that great video, as I will have the Island Spirit experience with Daniel Hadaway trying that knife from Taiwan. Is that a knife that you need to have to take care of your tuna later on? And also, you'll see those orcas and the rock fishing and meet all those great people, and you'll get to go up into the wheelhouse of the Island Spirit with Daniel and yours truly. I think you're going to really enjoy that. Tremendous long-range fishing going on right now. It doesn't get any better than it is. Awesome fishing on the Independence and for several other boats. It was a spectacular day yesterday. Ernie Montaño, Jim Valenzuela, and the great crew of the Independence. So happy you guys are having such a spectacular day on the water. And of course, here in Southern California, we had another memorable and great experience on the Island Spirit. They'll be out on Monday, probably heading to Hidden Reef again. So make sure you give them a call and jump on board. And a great day on the El Patrón also yesterday. All right, my friends, we are bearing down on 2025. I don't believe that it's almost New Year's. This year went by so fast. It's been so great having you on board with us here at Friedman Adventures. Millions of views in the past 28 days and millions upon millions of views when you look at the entire year. And I owe that all to each and every one of you. Have a beautiful Sunday. Stay warm, my friends, and I hope to see you really, really soon.
Hello, on Island Spirit for the Friedman Adventures charter, and all I want for 2020-25 is for all of our friends and relatives to go fishing for the 2025 season.
Stacy, it was so nice fishing with you again.
Thank you. Cheers.
However, you took issue with me because I referred to you last time as a novice angler.
Why
don't you straighten everybody out?
Yes, I am not a novice angler. I did start late 2 years ago. It's never too late to start a new hobby. But yeah, look at that. I'm not novice. I've been to Alaska. I do the things.
All right, beautiful. You want to wish anybody a happy new year or anything?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know, my cat.
Perfect. Meow, right? Thanks, Stacy.
Thank you.
Okay, well, Notre Dame plays Georgia next week, and then after they beat Georgia, they got to play, I don't know who, maybe Oregon, Ohio State, who else? Notre Dame hasn't been in the number one for a long time, so it's about time they win. And they're getting better, you know. They won 11 in a row, now 12. If they can take care of Georgia, I think we're okay. But
Go Irish!
Go Irish. Cheer, cheer for old Notre Dame. Wake up the echoes, cheering your name. Send a volley, cheer on high. Wake down the thunder from the sky. Yet though the odds be great or small, old Notre Dame will win overall. Fight, fight, fight for Notre Dame.
Whoa, I love it. Thank you.
Hey guys, look what we got today. Half day, you never know what you're going to be catching out here. Beautiful day, nice weather. Buddy won the jackpot. You can't ask for much more. Shout out Mom and Pops. Happy New Year's, guys. Love you. And can't wait to get back out here.
My first time deep sea fishing. Caught a couple fish, had some great company. My brother-in-law John, my buddy Robert. Met some new friends. Raulito Jr. Just want to shout out my wife and kids. Vinny, I'll catch you on the next one, buddy. Daddy had to go experience it for himself. Got to see what I'm bringing you into next time. Mom and Dad, congratulations on the wedding.
Happy America! This is the fishing trip of the year.
Last one of the year.
Thank you very much. We had a wonderful time fishing today. Great time.
Hey everybody, I just want to wish you a happy new year, the Friedman Adventure family world. May 2025 bring you wonderful success fishing, limits, and we had an amazing trip on the island Spirit again with Phil Friedman, Friedman Adventures. We saw orcas. We had a huge pod of dolphins. We limited out on fish. You can't ask for anything more, anything better. I will ask one thing though. There's somebody very dear and special to my heart is having a life-saving surgery coming up soon. So if you're a person of faith, I'd like for you to have a quick moment and just say a prayer for Anne, for her and everything to come out wonderfully. And then if you're not a person of faith, just close your eyes and just send well wishes for 2025. And thank you and keep fishing.
All right. Tanner, nice lingcod, dude. Not the biggest fish of the day, but a very nice one. It's nice meeting Phil, hanging out with the boys. Shout out to my girlfriend Marie. I'll be back soon. And just an epic day out here. Got my limit. Doesn't get much better than that.
Woo, nice going. Hey, what's up? I want to give a shout out to my friends and family. Wish them a happy new year. I want to thank all the hardworking ladies at the Fondita restaurant in Fillmore that helped us out through all the tamale season. And I want to just enjoy this fish tacos for New Year's. Say what's up to my brother-in-law, my brother. Thanks for coming out fishing. It's nice to meet you, Phil, once again right here. Fishing on the Island Spirit was fun. Got like a couple good-sized ones, so I'm happy.